When you need a little workhorse on your layout that can do a little bit of everything, you get a Jeep. Now, I'm not talking about the car, I'm talking about EMD GP units. This is the Bachmann Scale GP38-2, and this little Swiss Army knife of an engine can do a lot on your railroad. So let's check this thing out. My name's Jimmy, I'm drinking some Dunkin' Donuts coffee today, and this is Coffee and Trains.
This video is brought to you by Model Railroad Academy. Model Railroad Academy is your online resource for model railroad instructions, ideas, and information, with loads of tutorials and articles for model railroaders of every skill level. One of my favorite videos that I've watched recently is making your own homemade ballast, and it's just a really cool tutorial that shows you how to make custom ballast in case you're doing a prototype that doesn't have a commercially available ballast. Plus, you can find tutorials on everything from bench work to electronics to scenery, all sorts of things there. The first 1,000 people to sign up at the link in the description below will get a full year of premium membership to Model Railroad Academy for $1.49. Offer is valid for new members only.
If you want to tell me what kind of coffee you are drinking and be featured just like these guys right here, you can do that in the comments below, and who knows, you might see your name pop up on an episode of Coffee and Trains. Cheers, guys. The GP38-2 started production in 1972, and it can still be found on railroads across the country today. Now, there were over 2,000 of the prototype units built, and they had over 2,000 horsepower that came out of these things. Now, the model that we're looking at here from Bachmann is very detailed, and it comes with two varieties. Let's check it out. Bachmann made two different variants of this locomotive, one with the dynamic brake blister on top and one without. The Norfolk Southern, Chessie, and BNSF versions have the blister, the Milwaukee Road version does not. Overall, the models are highly detailed and come with many painted on as well as separately applied detail parts. The paint lines are crisp, the build quality feels solid. It has that Bachmann knuckle coupler, which I've always found to be sort of a plays nice with everyone type of coupler in N-scale. I know people have all sorts of different opinions on couplers in N-scale, but Bachmanns tend to work the most with the most different couplers. Now, these models are only available in DCC ready versions, but these seriously have to be the easiest models I have ever converted to DCC in N-scale, and I am dead serious. All you have to do is slide off the shell to expose the circuit board. You'll see a dummy plug attached to the top. This is a Next 18 socket. Digitrax, ESU, Soundtrax, and NCE all make Next 18 decoders, with Digitrax, ESU, and Soundtrax making sound decoders. Now, I'm going to be using one of NCE's Next 18 decoders that's a non-sound decoder. I pop the dummy plug out and put the new decoder in. I then slide the shell back on it and I'm done. It's that simple. Now, let's say you wanted to add some sound. There is a cavity in the fuel tank for a sugar cube speaker. On the circuit board, there are two solder points marked S1 and S2 for your speaker wires, and there's a couple pass-throughs for those wires to get to the speaker right below the motor. So all you have to do is solder the wires and then run them to the speaker and attach them there. If you're looking for a simple first engine to convert to DCC in sound and N-scale, it really doesn't get much easier than this. And that Next 18 decoder gives you three different choices for sound decoders from Soundtrax, ESU, and Digitrax. Now, Bachmann recommends a break-in period, not running the locomotive at full speed, and running it around. So let's get to running this thing. Let's see if there's any issues that crop up. I really don't anticipate any, but let's take a look at this thing on the track. I really like this locomotive. It's just a solid runner. It was extremely easy to get set up for DCC, and they're just really great runners, and I just really like them. They're going to be very good on my layout, reliable, something simple that I can just throw on and do some switching when I want to, or it can represent a little extra that needs to come from the off-track Norfolk Southern yard to drop something off at something on the Blue Ridge and Western. So that is something that I'm going to do with this, and you're going to see that's where you're going to see this one the most on there. But I really love this guy. It's going to be a little workhorse. I really do love 4-axle diesels, and especially Jeeps. They're the embodiment of utility engines, in my opinion, and this one is no different. It runs great, it looks great, and I'm really happy to have it in the collection. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Jimmy from the DIY and Digital. Stay safe, be kind, drink some coffee, and happy railroading.